Welcome to the weekend edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, August 5th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. You know things are getting pretty serious when the lower back striations start creeping in. This week, new back training footage surfaced of 2016 Arnold Classic Women's Physique champ Autumn Swanson, as she barrels ahead on her collision course with the Olympia stage just over 6 weeks from now. Since her big win earlier in the season, Swanson has been back in the gym training with only one thing in mind: a date with destiny that ends with her squaring off in an epic showdown against reigning and defending Women's Physique Olympia champ Juliana Malacarne. From front to back, Swanson really doesn't have any glaring weaknesses, and when you throw her next level conditioning into the mix, you've got the makings of what could be a very potent recipe for success. And if she cooks it all up just right, things might get pretty interesting when it comes down to the wire at the Miss Olympia. Just when you thought it was safe to come outside, along comes Kevin Levrone E scaring all the women and children. This week, new photos surfaced of a very early 2000s-ish looking Maryland muscle machine who's racing full speed ahead to the Olympia stage like a real-life Terminator sent here to destroy record books and dreams alike. At 51 years old, Kevin Levrone is in the midst of pulling off what could go down as the greatest comeback in the history of bodybuilding. What we're seeing from Levrone right now isn't just completely unprecedented in bodybuilding, it's completely unprecedented in sports. Consider this for a moment. Kevin Levrone and Michael Jordan both retired in the same year. The idea that Jordan could come back and play in today's game is completely insane. But it's even more insane to think that 13 years after retirement, after only training seriously for under a year, that Levrone could legitimately be one of the top 10 best bodybuilders on the planet. And if that isn't made for TV theater, I don't know what is. I wonder if there are mornings where Ronnie wakes up, looks in the mirror, and then says to himself, "Yep, this seems like a good day to break the internet." Well, once again, new photos of the baddest man in bodybuilding have taken the internet by storm. This time, a 308-pound big Ronnie with shredded glutes taking a collective breath out of the bodybuilding world again, dumping another gallon of gasoline on the fiery engines of the big Ronnie hype train. When you look at where he was at this point last year, he already seems like he's a light years ahead of the game. But as author Sean Patrick once said, success is equal to expectations met. And even if he does come in at his all-time best, you have to wonder if the insanely high expectations we all have for Ronnie are going to impact the way we ultimately view his performance. Ronnie, Dallas McCarver will check your 308 pounds of shredded muscle and raise you an additional 2. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. These are real photos of a 310-pound shredded version of Dallas McCarver, 7 weeks out from making his second straight trip to the Olympia stage. Despite finishing 13th in last year's rookie run, McCarver still left everyone in the arena with the impression that they were witnessing the beginning of something that was destined to be pretty darn special, a whole lot sooner than later. And I guess the next chapter is already upon us. Once again, McCarver has made some flat-out silly improvements and somehow seems to be defying the laws of physiology and growing into the show. I'm not sure how he's been able to keep this up, but I do know one thing for sure. If he comes in at his best, every fan in the bodybuilding world is going to be foaming at the mouth to see the call-out that pits Ronnie versus McCarver, an epic clash of the titans. Sprinkle in a little bit of Justin Compton and a dash of Steve Kuklo for good measure, and we could be having a good old-fashioned freak versus freak showdown that might end up being one for the ages. We're 3 weeks out from the Arnold Asia, and it seems like we're on pace to get the best version of Paulo Almeida that we've ever seen. The Freak released his last official update photos prior to the contest, showing 268 pounds of fury that he's all ready to unleash on what looks to be a stiff lineup of competition. Almeida says that he's planning to roll out Paulo 3.0, which he believes will be his best combination of conditioning, size, and fullness that he's been able to bring to date. Almeida is one of the rare athletes who's been able to put his money where his mouth is, delivering on his promises and continually finding new ways to improve as the season moves along. And if he's able to make good on his word one more time, he'll have a real shot at scrapping his way to a top 5 finish. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out IronMagLabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RX Muscle show, segment, or update. RX Muscle is #1.